This is why Drake was mentioned during the XXXTentacion trial. Now, it's nearly been 5 years since the world tragically lost XXXTentacion to a fatal shooting outside of a motorcycle dealership in Florida. In the years since his passing, his family and team have released several posthumous albums, a documentary, and his first child, Gekyum, was born. The trial for his 2018 murder against suspects Trayvon Newsome, Dedrick Williams, and Michael Boatwright finally began. Jurors heard both sides related to the case, but the most shocking revelation from the trial's first day was the mention of Drake as a potential suspect. You heard that right. Although it may be surprising for some, X and Drake have a not-so-friendly history together. During the trial's opening statements, Williams' defense attorney provided an alternative scenario that involved Drizzy. In his argument, Padilla brought up an old, now-deleted IG story in which X wrote, "If anybody kills me, it's Drake." Padilla is suggesting that prosecutors never did their due diligence in investigating Drake as a suspect or person of interest after learning of X's previous claims.
Is Drake responsible for the death of Florida rapper XXXTentacion? The Canadian artist was the subject of one defense attorney's opening statement. Michael Boatwright, Dedrick Williams, and Trayvon Newsome are on trial for first-degree murder and robbery with a firearm for the June 2018 shooting of the 20-year-old rapper, whose real name was José Onfroy. The attorney for Dedrick Williams said in his statement that before his death, the victim made claims on social media that if anything happened to him, Drake was behind it. XXXTentacion later retracted those claims. Now the defense claims Drake wasn't properly investigated.
He came on social media and said, "Guys, before he dies, if anybody kills me, it's Drake." Do you think in that time span that they went and they addressed him, they talked to him? No. Do you think sitting here today, years later, any detective has ever asked, Drake or anybody like that? No. They never did that. So you ask yourself, how could that be?
The prosecution argued that there was no evidence linking Drake to this crime. A judge had previously denied a request to force Drake to be deposed in this case. Investigators say XXXTentacion was leaving a motorcycle shop in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, when he was ambushed, robbed, and shot to death in his vehicle. Drake has not been charged in connection with XXXTentacion's death. A fourth defendant, Robert Allen, has pleaded guilty to second-degree murder and armed robbery for his role in the crime and is set to be sentenced later this month. He is a prosecution witness and testified against the other three defendants. The trial is expected to last until March, and all three suspects have pleaded not guilty to the charges against them.
Even though blood roll, I still think Drake I think he's not a man. I think he's a bitch. That's a bitch move.
I can't respect a that I got plastic. Bro, Drake look like he got Drake when they got plastic surgery, bitch.
If I was outside of jail and bro took my shit and previewed my shit in Amsterdam like he did, I would've, bro. What?
A lot of people think Drake was involved with XXXTentacion's death, and fans think Drake dissed X on his new album, Her Loss, with the line, "Damn, maybe I should break that 20, do a 10. Maybe I should break that 10, do a 5. Then if it gets live, do a 5 again. Break the 20 and get 2 10s. Then add 2 5s, you get another 10. Now you've got 3 10s, which is XXX in Roman numerals." Drake was being real low-key with this bar, but the next one in the song has fans going crazy. He said, if he held a someone that lied, he'd be alive again. Before he died, X had a wild beef with Drake, where he took shots at his crew, accused him of jacking his flow, and even said he once took up with Drake's mama IG Live.
One of the men convicted in the 2018 murder of rapper XXXTentacion is now appealing his conviction, and his legal team is focusing a lot of their attention on a major celebrity, Drake. We are going to explain the connections and the arguments as we sit down with Mauricio Padilla, the attorney for the convicted killer, Dedrick Williams. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber.
In December of 2020, I filed a witness list. The state's reaction to that was to file a motion saying, we want the court to strike all of his witnesses, that's not even something that's legal or that you can do. You have to itemize who you want stricken. You just can't shotgun approach and say, I want all of his defense witnesses stricken, but the state attorney did that. So, imagine, the decedent said prior to his death, if anybody kills me, it's Champagne Poppy, which is Drake's Instagram name. I laid out in extreme detail all of my defense witnesses list, which included many rappers, because at the end of the day, the victim in this case is a rapper. He had feuds, ongoing public feuds with not only Drake, but a lot of rappers that are either signed to OVO or related to Drake in some way, including 600 Breezy, which is a Chicago-based rapper, and a rapper that's from Toronto by the name of, he goes by Top 5, which is Hassan Ali. And I had to lay that all out in detail. The court was fully aware of my theory of defense. Prior to that, I filed a motion to perpetuate the testimony of Livingston Allen, which goes by the name of DJ Academics, because DJ Academics was friends with X and had posted long YouTube, content regarding this beef. He actually posted YouTube saying that he was on the phone with X discussing the issue and the beef that he had with Drake, and specifically, X had either said or posted something about Drake's mom, and he had posted a picture of a Drake lookalike with semen on his face, and he wanted DJ Academics to post it on his own site, and he said, I'm not gonna do that. And in that conversation, DJ Academics says that you better be careful, because even though, and I'm paraphrasing again, even though he's not a gangster, you may be pushing him. As a reaction to that conversation, X goes and says that he takes it out of the post off of his website or off of IG, and he says that his Instagram was hacked. I laid that out in my motion to perpetuate the testimony, which a motion to perpetuate testimony is when you have a witness that is relevant to your defense and that lives beyond the jurisdictional limits of the court, and that you feel that you're not going to be able to bring them into court. So I'm basically asking the court to allow me to go to California or wherever I have to go, depose this individual, and now with his deposition, if he doesn't show up, I could use it in my defense or in my case in chief, right? So I did that, argued it to the court, and the court, in a reaction, basically said, I'm not going to grant your motion to perpetuate testimony. Just take his
What's going on? Chemo Home Friends back at it, talking XXXTENTACION, talking Drake. Guys, the guys that was convicted for the murder of XXX, one of them filed an appeal and looked like he's going to get that appeal. What's crazy about the situation is they are trying to implicate Drake in the murder, saying X was beefing with Drake at the time, and the courts didn't do their due diligence by attacking that lead. Drake said some stuff in the songs stating that he would get at X violently, and then X replied, if anything happened to me, Champagne Poppy did it. We don't know if that was music, if that was real life. We don't know how dim the beef was with both guys. We do know Drake took his song and redid it, took the cadence and redid it, and X never got paid for that. So that's where the beef stemmed from when it came to that situation. X was online really getting at Drake heavily. Drake didn't appreciate it. But from us looking from the outside in, nothing major transpired. But guys, what I want to say is, I said this to myself when Drake sued Universal and Spotify. The higher ups are not going for that. Drake has skeletons, guys. Whatever skeletons Drake has, Universal and Spotify are about to dig them up out of the grave. And they are going to try to make Drake look very bad if they don't reach a deal. If they don't reach a deal, Drake is going to get destroyed, guys. Just like Ja Rule got destroyed when the label stopped messing with him. Just like Meek Mill got destroyed when the label stopped messing with him. The same way 50 Cent got destroyed when the label stopped messing with him. The exact same thing is going to happen to Drake. And when you're fighting these major companies that has trillions of dollars, you have Drake don't have $1 billion, but he have millions, 100 million he got money to fight. But I don't know if it's going to be successful, man. And what you're going to have to deal with when it comes to these labels, it's going to be bad. Whatever bad you've done, trust me, bro, they're going to try to find something on you. Either it's like you putting your hands on a woman, or either you may have had some stuff you did and they filed a lawsuit on you, and sometimes these major companies might just pay hush hush money to get rid of some things, but they don't forget. They just put it away for a rainy day, for days like these. But X, I don't know if Drake has something to do with that, guys, but you just never know, man. And with these cases, they start digging up stuff, and it might get really bad for Drake. Drake might have just was on some music stuff, but the way they are gonna try to puzzle this thing together around Drake, he's having like the worst year ever. The fans turn on him. Kendrick destroyed him in a battle rap. You know what I'm saying? His music for the past couple months hasn't been on the charts. Then you have this allegation of him being potentially a part of the situation of X murder. And X has some of the most devoted fans. Just imagine if they really start looking into that and they start saying Drake may have a chance at that. It's going to get like 100 times worse for Drake. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I'm like everyone. I'm sitting back. I'm trying to watch. I'm trying to look to see what's going on, because obviously I talk about stuff like this. But man, this has been one of the worst years in Drake's life, man. I don't care how rich you are, man. It's taking a toll on Drake, a very bad toll. And I don't think people realize that. I hope he has some friends that's checking on his mental state, his mental capacity. I know he's not cool with a lot of people from the old Cash Money clique, like Lil Wayne. I don't think he talks to Lil Wayne like that. I don't know if he's still cool with Nicki. Him and Tiger Ben fell out. Him and Ross fell out. Him and Future and Metro fell out. He's still cool with Thug, but it's like dwindling. You know what I'm saying? It's like really bad out here. He has his OVO camp though. You know what I'm saying? They've been around him forever. So hopefully they are really, telling Drake keep his head up, don't give up. But it's really bad out here for him, man. It's looking really bad and really sad. I've never seen a guy get this destroyed by the music industry, man. I've seen Ja Rule get destroyed, but this is like 100 times worse than Ja Rule. But keep my home, friends. For the people that follow me, I love you guys. Please hit the like button, notification bell, YouTube, or share this content. Thank you, guys.